Hi Gemini, welcome back to Glinda Good. I'm going to do a traditional Celtic cross spread for the energies of the last 2 weeks of December, the last 2 weeks of the year. If you like this channel, please like, share, subscribe. It means a lot. And let's just get into it and see what there is. I have been shuffling. We'll see where these want to be cut. Let's see. For Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Maybe some Venus. How are my Geminis? What do they need to know? Gemini. I don't think they're shuffled enough. I'll be back. Gemini. Okay. I think that might be it. Oh, look at that. Some information coming in. Okay. Is this right for Gemini? All right, we're going to give this a go. If it doesn't feel right, I will shuffle again and start over. Okay. Current energy, the Wheel of Fortune. So, mid-December, the wheel is turning. Usually this means in your favor. So that is your energy. You are expecting things to go your way. Wonderful. What challenges that is the Five of Cups. Oddly, some kind of disappointment. Just doesn't even make sense to me. Your energy is the Wheel of Fortune. Time and a season for everything. The wheel is always turning. It's challenging you just to look in the right direction at things. Money. Swords is coming at you. This is on your mind. King of Swords. Just talking about the King of Swords coming at you. Gosh, isn't that interesting? Knight of Swords just passed. I'm going to keep going. The Sun. That's always nice. Hermit. Diligently working at something. Isn't that weird? Is it worth it? Information coming. I don't know, Gemini. This is pretty far out there. We'll just see. I'm going to keep going. And I may call a Gemini friend and ask if it makes sense to them. Oh, okay. Here on the bottom of the deck, which is funny because I was thinking, I have not seen the Eight of Wands in so long. And then here it shows up for you as sort of the overarching energy. Energy coming in, or messages coming in. Something coming in quickly. Oftentimes this would have to do with love, romance. But generally it's come to be known as messages and information coming in quickly. So starting out the month, you're in the energy of the Wheel of Fortune. You're represented by the Wheel of Fortune. And then what's challenging that is the Five of Cups, which generally speaks to some kind of disappointment, to looking at what you've lost and not looking at what still remains and what is working. And were you to turn around and see the two cups that are still there, they're full, you would see that there is a bridge right over there in the distance that will take you to where you want to go. This energy crossing this Wheel of Fortune energy. So this is you. This is representing you as we enter into mid-month. Wheel of Fortune, lovely card. Events of our lives are always moving in cyclical fashion, and generally this means things are turning in your favor. So there's a feeling that things can be going your way, they should be going your way, or that they will be going your way sometime soon. And you're represented by this. Yeah, there's some strange challenges here. Oh, but then again, it is the last 2 weeks of December. So we've got family stuff, we've got holiday stuff. So perhaps this is pretty accurate after all. I'm going to finish this and I'll call a Gemini friend. Okay. So the challenge to your feeling of well-being, things turn, they tend to go my way. That's how you're represented. But then I wonder if somebody around you I wonder if they have their attention on something lost or not getting their way. Maybe that's what's challenging you. I tend to really focus on you with these kind of reads, but again, I'm having trouble making sense of this, even, with a long pause and a deep breath. Usually something will come to me. But it would make sense that somebody else's disappointment is challenging you. and your feeling of well-being. Because high in your mind, what crowns this spread is this beautiful card. I mean, this is partnerships, celebration, love, togetherness, family, happy home, happy life. It's the 1111 card. So this is high in your mind. So perhaps it's not you that's being challenged, by which direction to look towards what's working. Perhaps it's somebody else who is frustratingly unwilling or unable to see that there's still full cups here and a bridge to take you where you want to go, but they won't see it. I could see that could be crossing you, that could be giving you trouble. I find that talking to people year after year around the holidays, that there's usually some kind of conflict, not seeing eye to eye about things. And even in our personal relationships. I mean, with the people that we live with, not just the people we're going to go visit for the holidays, right? So that would make sense to me. And in your root is the Four of Pentacles. What's interesting is this Four of Pentacles at the root. I always say I don't read reversals, but... And how strange all this came out. I left this one reversed. So let's talk about it both ways. In your root, your subconscious, the feelings under the feelings. This is usually a card about hanging on tightly to what you have, to what you've accomplished, to the way things have been. Now, in the reverse position, it suggests a letting go, a willingness to share, to pull down walls. In the reverse, this person is open. They're willing to try new things. They're also setting down things that would keep them from being open with others. So it could also be a time of setting down, addictions of some kind. If you find yourself always on your phone and that's a barrier between you and somebody, or if you're, eating too much and that's lowering your energy or not making you feel good about yourself, then maybe you're setting some of those things down so that you can achieve more closeness and more sharing. And this would be in your subconscious, kind of underneath. This is in the root of the spread. That could make sense because, again, on your mind is this happiness, is this togetherness. So maybe that was supposed to be reversed. I always say if it's screaming at me to be read reversed, I will read it reversed. But otherwise, in 78 cards, we really have everything we need. So that was really interesting to me that I laid it down. I let it sit there this whole time. It's funny with these pentacles that you have moving up here, you have the 7 and the 8 of Pentacles, which also when we get consecutive cards like that in a small read like this, that's always pretty interesting. I wonder what you're working on because there is so much movement here and diligence working, except for your Hermit card. But that's coming at you as an external influence, an environmental influence, an invitation perhaps from the external world. Love the Hermit. But again, we've got this suggesting a lot of movement. And these arrows, they're flying through the air, but they're organized, right? So there's still something about intentional, organized, swift movement. What's just passed is the Knight of Swords. Hey, that's all movement, right? But sometimes that can mean slow down. There's too much fast, quick, decisive action. I can also say that maybe you were involved with some critical atmosphere of some kind. I am feeling like whatever just passed, that there was some pretty fast, fiery energy. So that is just passing or has passed. Some kind of movement, fast, fiery, quick action, strong, swift kind of thing going on. So this is a bit of past, present, future. And so again, in your present, this Wheel of Fortune, so fun. And then again, I think that it's somebody around you that is looking to what's not good, and that's probably, raining on your parade. And because again, if this is our reverse card, you're in a willingness to share and care and give and try new things. And this is high on your mind, so you're probably hoping for the togetherness, the joy, the celebration, the love, happy places, happy relationships. What's interesting then is what's coming towards you soon is the King of Swords. I was just talking about this with a Gemini friend. So the King of Swords is actually about challenging assumptions and structures that seem fixed or in place. That's the invitation with the King of Swords. Because as it stands, it's so funny, I just was talking about this. My friend was saying, oh no, I don't like the King of Swords because it's too fixed, it's too rigid, it's too, it's too intellectual. And I said, oh no, I was just learning and studying about this some more because there's these butterflies on the throne. And that's the suggestion, that there's always a room to transform. The implication is that he can adopt new ideas, new structures, new ways of being. But there is certainly a clear, decisive, intellectual thing that happens with the King of Swords. He has emotional clarity and strength, really in mind and spirit. So a little bit more well-rounded, than she was supposing. So, and that does seem to be the energy that is moving towards you, that you may find yourself adopting. You may find yourself being more into your intellectual self than your emotional self, and taking control of situations from the standpoint of logic. What's here that's really good news is the Sun. This is my favorite card. And the Sun brings a positive aspect to anything that it's close to. And so you've got the Sun here in a place of a strength that you have, that you can use, that you can adopt, a way to resource yourself for the next couple of weeks. And the Sun is just all-pervasive happiness, abundance, joy, success. I mean, the Sun doesn't have to declare itself. We all know it's there. Even on a dark night, at some point the clouds are going to move through and we're going to see the sun on the moon. We know it all the time by its warmth, by the way things grow. It's just ever present. It suggests that you get to stay present. And it certainly is just one of the happiest cards in all of tarot. So be that bright light that you are. Yeah, your own light. Being the power, the strength, the warmth, having your dignity. It can sometimes indicate that children are around, or to remember and adopt the carefree nature of children. What you have in your external factors as the Hermit is interesting because it says that you're going to source from your own strength. Like you're being invited here by some external influence to source your truth, to look for what's accurate for you. Look for your inner knowing, for your inner answers. So if you're taking time to meditate, or you're part of, a prayer group, a meditation group, reading a great book, I would say keep doing that. There's some kind of influence here that really is guiding you back to some solid inner information that will be helpful. Especially at the holidays, I would say don't forget to take time out for yourself. And I think that you're going to have reminders externally along the way that will remind you of that. So I'm guessing this is some kind of good influence on you here. In your hopes and fears, you have hard work and diligence. Like you're hard at work at something that you like, that you enjoy, that you're pretty good at. I don't know if that's in the realm of romance or finance for you, but you have it in hopes and fears. Okay, just steadily, readily working away at something. And then funny enough, in your outcome, you have the Seven of Pentacles. But the Seven of Pentacles is about asking yourself, is the work I'm doing worth it? He's pausing to take a look at what have I been doing? What has it been yielding? Am I still interested? And so normally this is the 7, this is the 8. But you have this in hopes and fears, and this as an outcome. That's really funny. I feel like I might want to clarify that. You know, do you work diligently at something and then you're just taking a pause? It's the holidays. It's a good time to do that. But then too, the order of the cards suggests that you take the pause and you see that you want to keep going. And so you keep going. So maybe here maybe you're just ahead of yourself, you know, giving something a lot of effort. Somebody, something, some job, some task, a lot of effort. And as it would apply to hopes, then this feels good when we're kind of in the zone and in the flow of doing something. And the fear for you might be, especially as a Gemini, like, how long am I going to keep this up? Realistically, what's really going on? That would lead you right here, wouldn't it? You might need a clarifier for this. We'll use the Gilded Tarot. This has been such an unusual read. I might have a couple to do. I am curious about our King of Swords. And I probably will put one right over this 7 and 8 of Pentacles. Yes. Okay, for Gemini, let's clarify this King of Swords, defining the energy of the last 2 weeks of December. And we're going to clarify the 7 and 8 of Pentacles. What is most helpful for Gemini to know? Pentacles energy. The Ace of Cups. Yeah, Ace of Cups. I think that there is a strong desire for emotional fulfillment. There is something going on emotionally. A desire for wishes fulfilled, for dreams to come true. And the King of Swords is, for some reason, and maybe it's because of a challenging person or people where they're at, that you're adopting a King of Swords kind of energy. Maybe you're requesting other people to, move beyond their fixed positions and limitations. Yeah, I wonder if soon you're going to employ the King of Swords as a strategy to communicate, right? Because if you approach people, in the energy of the Sun and the Ace of Cups, I'm not sure that they'll take you seriously. They might not understand where you're coming from. It's too bubbly, it's too emotional. So I wonder if you're going to employ this King of Swords strategy. But there is still a desire for emotional fulfillment. And your personality, nonetheless, is going to remain, sunny. And you're in touch with your emotions, right? Oh, but maybe it's the use of the Hermit that allows you to still have that. But it's kind of on the DL. So the holidays may be asking something of you that you're not. But you're still going to be true to yourself. I mean, the King of Swords suggests that also. But the Hermit is where you will go within, retreat to the safe people that you know, and that you will still be in touch with your inner knowing, your inner truth. You're still going to have this sunny disposition, be unapologetic about this side of yourself. And I know Geminis aren't exactly like the sunniest, but you are fun. You are gregarious. So maybe sunny disposition isn't relating to you, but you do have a light. And it is fun. And when people are not feeling good, it might irritate them. So, yeah, I think all this is an invitation that you're going to be you, but you don't necessarily need to be you in front of cranky people. Okay? And so you might be employing the King of Swords for that reason in December. As the month goes on, though, still what seems meaningful to you is, this funny thing about working at something and then the outcome being the reflection of, was that worth it? So let's get the clarifier for those. The Five of Swords. Again, there's something going on you're going to have to be careful with. I think over the holiday season. The Five of Swords. He has won, but at what cost? He's taking the swords away from the others. So I would say you're trying not to do that. And you're good at what you do. Again, good at diplomacy, good at connection, good at good times. And I think that maybe at the end of the season, you're going to be a little tired. You're going to be looking back going, whew, I pulled it off. And, good for you. This is a funny little reading that's perfect for holidays. I always heard that family of origin is the Olympics of personal growth. So maybe that's just what's up for you. I do think that if you're working on something, if there's a project that's meaningful to you, again, it just seems like some kind of negativity has the possibility of distracting you from who you are, what you like, what you enjoy. And it's going to be a bit of an effort for you to stay on track, stay true to yourself, and not be bothered. Don't get into the fray. You know, funny enough, the Five of Swords there is one school of thought that says that it is about not procrastinating, breaking down big projects into small sizes, to know your limits. Don't stress yourself out. Don't spread yourself too thin. One of my favorite books of tarot talks about that for the Five of Swords. Most people just say that this is about conflict. But again, I really specialize in tarot about you. So if this is, because this is so much like work, the ending card says, was it worth it? So I still think maybe your clarifier is the invitation to not spread yourself too thin, to do what you can where you are with what you have, and don't take on the problems of others. Because again, there's been a lot of movement, and so I'm thinking that some trust, some reassurance, and some alone time doing the thing you like to do. Like, don't skip the yoga class because you think you're going to get more done. This is going to be one of those times where, what's the old saying? If you don't have 20 minutes to meditate, then you want to be sure to meditate for 40. There's something like that going on for you here these last couple of weeks is all. So many messages have been real specific about relationships, romance, finance, but this is what I've got for you, Gemini. I hope that it's helpful. And I look forward to seeing what the new year holds for you. If you liked this, please do like it, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you next time. Happy holidays.